For this deep dive, our source material is that specific Amazon page. It's for a Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra case. Plus, we've pulled in some details from related listings and just general site info from Amazon.
And the really compelling thing here, I think, is that it's not just about this one phone case. It's really about what you can learn when you decide to take a moment and truly, deep dive into the details. Online commerce, how products are presented. It's fascinating.
Absolutely. There's so much beneath the surface.
We're ready to jump in.
Let's do it. Okay, so let's start with the product itself. It's the Masnovio case for the Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra, the big one, the 6.9-inch display.
Got it.
Now, first off, it has this dinosaur land design, very eye-catching.
Hard to miss.
Totally. But beyond that, the first things that jumped out at me were these big claims. Buffer tech, 6.6-foot military-grade drop protection, and also anti-peel-off tech. Sounds tough.
It does sound robust. And what's really fascinating here is how much detail they actually provide to back up those protection claims.
More than just a slogan, then.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. They talk about the BufferTech shockproof material. And they don't just say it's good. They say it's been proven in a lab. Specifically, it withstood 1,000 drop tests from 6.6 feet.
1,000. Wow.
Right. And apparently it absorbs 95% of the impact energy. They even explicitly state it exceeds military-grade drop protection standards.
Okay, so that's pretty specific.
It is. It shows how brands are now using, quantifiable data, like a mini crash test rating for your phone case almost. It's about building trust through, science, turning the case into this little fortress backed by lab results.
And I noticed the protection story doesn't actually stop with just the material. They mention other things, too.
Like what?
Like raised and beveled edges, specifically designed, they say, to protect the touchscreen and the camera lens.
Ah, smart. Covering those vulnerable spots.
Exactly. And then thinking beyond just, surviving a fall, they highlight practical user features, too.
Okay.
Things like wireless charging compatible, anti-slip, easy grips, and even little holes for adding a charm or a lanyard.
Right, the small touches.
Yeah. It feels like they've really thought about the whole everyday experience of using the phone with the case on.
They absolutely have. And, these specific details, they build trust. They're directly addressing common frustrations or worries people have with phones.
Like dropping it or it's sliding off a table.
Precisely. So it shows this blend of practicality and specific engineering. It's designed to give you reassurance, make it easier to use. It's not just about stopping that catastrophic drop. It's about making sure the protection fits seamlessly into your daily life, your anticipating needs.
Okay, so we have the hardcore protection specs, but here's where it gets, maybe even more interesting for me. The marketing language they use.
Yes. The messaging.
Right. They use phrases like super pretty, super protective, all caps.
Balancing aesthetics and function.
Yeah, and then there's this claim, enjoyed by celebrities, influencers, reality stars.
Ooh, the social proof angle. That's always a powerful one.
Definitely adds a different flavor. And they describe Masnovo's brand identity around innovative, inventive materials, buffer tech, and artistic prints.
So leaning into both tech and art.
Exactly. And they state it clearly. Protection is always our core DNA, so is self-expression. Then their motto, again, all caps, be bold, be you, be unique.
See, this messaging, it goes way beyond just the specs, doesn't it?
Totally.
It's a really strategic move. They're trying to connect on an emotional level, tap into identity, aspirations. It shows how, even for something like a phone case, companies aren't just selling an object.
They're selling, what, an image?
Pretty much. A lifestyle, maybe? Yeah. An extension of your personality. The purchase becomes a little statement about who you are. And sometimes, that feeling can actually override purely practical thoughts. It's a real masterclass in emotional branding.
Interesting. And just for context, this item is currently ranked hashtag 623 in cell phones and accessories overall, and hashtag 122 in the more specific cell phone basic cases category.
Okay, so it has some presence.
Yeah. And I also spotted this detail. Date first available, June 1st, 2025. Which seems odd for a product you can buy now. Maybe a placeholder or a future version. Unclear.
Huh. Yeah, that is a bit strange. Worth noting.
Okay, so we've talked engineering, we've talked marketing and style. Let's pivot now. Let's talk about something else highlighted on the page. Sustainability.
Right. That's increasingly important.
This case is flagged as having one sustainability feature, and it's also got badges for Amazon's Choice and Climate Pledge Friendly.
Okay, and this is where certifications really come into play. They offer a way to hopefully verify these claims.
So what's the certification here?
For this specific Dinosaur Land case, it's certified for carbon impact by an organization called Climate Partner.
Climate Partner. Okay, what does that mean exactly?
Well, it's not just a label they buy. Climate Partner certification apparently involves a pretty rigorous 5-step process. They calculate the carbon footprint, set targets to reduce it, actually implement those reductions, finance climate projects to offset the rest, and then communicate all that transparently.
So it's about the whole life cycle.
Seems like it. The goal is continuous reduction. They even list a certification number, IMXSWE. So it signifies a commitment that goes beyond just the physical product itself.
And it wasn't just this one case, right? We saw sustainability features mentioned for related products, too.
That's right. When you look around on Amazon, you see other relevant certifications popping up. For example, things like the WScan camera, lens protector, and screen protector.
Yeah.
Those carry the Global Recycled Standard, or GRS, certification.
GRS, what does that involve?
GRS requires that the product contains at least 50% recycled material. And crucially, that recycled content has to be independently verified at each stage of the supply chain.
From start to finish.
Exactly. Plus, to get GRS certified, the product also has to meet specific social, environmental, and even chemical requirements. So it's looking at a broader picture of ethical manufacturing.
Okay, that sounds quite comprehensive.
Yeah, and for those products, the certification body listed is Intertek, and the number is TE003044171. We actually saw that same number on a few different GRS certified items.
And we saw other GRS aspects mentioned too, didn't we? Like safer chemicals and worker well-being.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Also linked to GRS. And then there was another one. The PopSockets phone grip was listed as carbon neutral, certified by SCS Global Services.
So a few different certifications floating around.
Exactly. And this, I think, raises a really important question for you, the consumer. What do these labels truly mean?
Right. Are they just buzzwords?
Well, ideally not. They're meant to offer this rare, verifiable peek into a product's entire journey, its supply chain, its ethical footprint, things like carbon impact, recycled content, labor practices.
It's stuff you normally never see.
Precisely. So these certifications, they potentially allow you to kind of vote with your wallet on issues you care about. They offer a level of transparency that just wasn't there in mass consumer goods before, if you know what the labels mean and how to check them.
So it empowers you with like much deeper knowledge beyond just, does it fit my phone?
Exactly. Much deeper.
Okay, so let's zoom out a bit now. We've gone deep on this one product page. What does this whole exercise tell us about the bigger picture? About the massive e-commerce ecosystem we're all swimming in?
Well, I think it profoundly highlights the sort of underlying structure and the trust mechanisms that have to be built into platforms like Amazon for it all to work.
Trust mechanisms? Like what?
Like the secure transaction promise you see. That's not just fluff. It means your information is encrypted when sent. It means your credit card details aren't just handed over to third-party sellers. It means they promise not to sell your personal info.
Ah, the basic plumbing that makes it feel safe to click buy.
Exactly. These are really foundational elements that allow this huge global online commerce thing to function.
Yeah.
Mostly invisibly to us as users.
And they add these really user-friendly assurances on top too, like free returns, usually with at least one free shipping option.
Makes trying things out less risky.
Right. And I love this little data point. Customers usually keep this item. Why? Because it has fewer returns than average compared to similar products.
Ah, that's fascinating. A little window into collective customer satisfaction right there on the page.
It really is.
And, if you just scroll down, way down to the bottom of almost any Amazon page, the sheer breadth of what Amazon does becomes overwhelming.
Oh, yeah. That endless list.
Right. You see categories from medical care to luxury stores, smart home, pharmacy, automotive, side by side with this huge list of Amazon services and companies they own. AWS, Audible, Whole Foods Market, Ring, Zappos, PillPack.
It just keeps going.
It does. It's this striking visual reminder of the incredible depth and complexity behind this one e-commerce giant. And it's all accessible, technically, from that single product listing you started on.
It's true. So a single product page isn't just a place to buy one thing. It's really a gateway, isn't it?
Yeah.
A gateway into this massive, interconnected digital economy. It offers amazing convenience, obviously, but also, as we've just explored, this wealth of information. if you're curious enough to look.
if you take the time to decode it.
So wrapping this up, what have we really learned from digging into just one seemingly simple everyday product listing this phone case on Amazon?
Well, quite a lot, actually.
We've uncovered some really intricate details about product engineering, right? From the specific buffer tech material testing.
The 1,000 drops, the military-grade claim being backed up.
Yeah, showing that quantifiable commitment to durability. Then we explored the sophisticated marketing.
Selling identity, self-expression, using celebrity association.
Yeah.
Not just selling a case.
Right. And then the whole sustainability angle, peeling back the layers on those crucial certifications.
Climate Partner, global recycled standard, giving you that rare, verifiable glimpse into the product's life cycle and ethical footprint.
A glimpse you wouldn't otherwise get.
Exactly. And finally, we sort of touched on the underlying mechanics of these huge e-commerce platforms.
The invisible stuff, secure transactions, the returns data.
And just the mind-boggling scale of it all those interconnected services and subsidiaries, all stemming from that one page.
It really does emphasize how much more is going on beneath the surface. Way more than you'd think from just a quick click.
Absolutely. The modern product page. It's like a condensed encyclopedia if you know how to read it.
Yeah, it really is. So maybe the next time you're browsing online, just pause for a second. Consider how many layers of information you're really seeing on that page.
What other hidden depths might be there?
Exactly. In the products and the platforms you use every day. And maybe ask yourself, how could understanding that change the way you consume? Something to think about. We hope you've enjoyed this deep dive.